Managing Director of the National Road Authority. On behalf of the Ministry of Transport, Works and Infrastructure, I want to most fervently thank the management of the National Road Authority and the Permanent Secretary at the Ministry of Transport, Works and Infrastructure, and the team of engineers that are working with the ministry and are collaborating with the National Road Authority to ensure that the survey that has started of the 902 kilometers is successfully completed and on record time. This is the first of its kind in the history of this country, and I know that the team is going to make everybody proud, because looking at what has been done here, when we did the initial assessment of how much it was going to cost us to do the studies of 902 kilometers, it was estimated at $600 million. So rather than paying that to the consultants, we thought it necessary. Now, we engage our team of engineers within the NRA and the ministry that in fact have been all these years working with consultants. I mean, by the way, when the consultants do their work, it is mainly the NRA that validates. Yes. And the NRA ends up, doing all the work. So we decided that now, no, I mean, let us not spend that much money on consultants outside of this country. Let our own teams, go out and do this study, and then we give them some kind of honorarium to enable them to facilitate their work. This is a huge project that His Excellency the President Adama Barrow is so passionate about, and upon completion of the CRR North and South loops, we will eventually launch those tenders, and His Excellency the President will come and lay the foundation stones, hopefully after Ramadan. And we want to thank everybody who is involved in this project, our teams that have been having sleepless nights, working very hard in ensuring that we meet the deadline set for us. And I want to thank the MD and his team for the leadership that they are showing and injecting in this exercise. So I encourage all of you to continue this the spirit of teamwork, and hopefully the people of Nyaminas and the Nyanis and the lower Fuladus and the upper Fuladus will definitely now know that what President Barrow has been saying all along, that he's on his way to them, that he has not forgotten about them, and this is the first manifestation of that promise, that the promise was made, and we can assure you that the promise will continue to be kept. Thank you so much.
I just have one question. I mean, this is a landmark development. Yeah. Will this be a fully-funded government project?
Yes, this is a fully funded government road construction project across the country. You can see on the map, we will continue to put the dots there and continue to, show the areas that are supposed to be constructed. And the government is very much committed to bringing the development trajectory of this country through these road works.
Are government going to expect that this project will come completed before end of 2026?
No, I mean, you have 902 kilometers. You cannot expect that to be completed in 2026. But they will see the commitment. They will see the works. This will be ongoing. We have been working on the 365 kilometers since 2022. It's not a small thing. The difference now would be that we'll have many contractors. We'll have lots with smaller lengths to enable works to be completed in record time. And this time also, we want to work with very credible contractors that have the capacity and experience in delivering this type of projects.
Honourable Minister, you just completed your tour in the URR, and from the looks of things, you were not the least happy with some of the ongoing projects down there. Could you take us through as to what steps is your ministry going to take, given the fact that government do not owe a single dime to the contractors?
I don't know whether the word unhappy is the right word, but the thing is that we are working collaboratively with the National Road Authority and our consultants to make sure that we push the contractor to speed up also to mobilize fully, to also, gather the resources around and then stockpile the basalt, the bitumen, and also increase the machinery so that, works can be expedited. We want to believe that before we come back in the next 3 months, many of the roads that we visited might have either reached seal level or they have started sealing. So, we will continue to monitor through weekly meetings on that particular lot to ensure that timelines are met and that there is no cost overrun. That is our wish, and we will continue to do that. At least you have seen today how engaging we have been with the contractor and the consultants. A lot of suggestions were made to change certain designs and to ensure that certain things are pushed, for them to finish some of the activities where they are currently.
Minister, based on the contractor's account, most of these roads are placed to the national or regional supply of basalt. Are there any efforts done bilaterally at cabinet level to ensure that this is available? Because government gave a deadline, especially the president, in any of his meetings, he will probably something that by a particular period, this road will be completed or so. And that creates expectations.
Well, we have to understand that even in Senegal, they have a lot of construction projects, and it's difficult to continue to, keep up with the pace to supply all the contractors with basalt. But there is continuous engagement, and we now have another supplier, from Cape Verde that is supplying basalt. So basalt should no longer be a problem in the country. I think the major concern is bitumen, and government is working very, tirelessly to ensure that we have a bitumen plant in this country. That will even bring the cost of construction down, in this country in certain areas. Yeah.